Hello everyone, this is Travis the Trader coming back to you live on August the 17th. It's been a while. It's actually been a couple weeks since I've uploaded any content out to you guys. Forgive me, I've just been traveling the last couple weeks and look forward to talking with you my account, what happened this week, and let's get started. I mean, overall the markets, as I'm sure everyone knows, been right back up, stronger. Can't say stronger than ever, but since we had that down day almost 2 weeks ago, it has been quite a ride to the upside for those that have been quite bullish. So I'd like to start off first with /ZN. ZN is a strangle. It's staying within its range, 108.5, 114, 34 days to expiration. Monday will be 32 days. So let's see what happens. Again, keeping my eyes on this position. This is the only, by the way, the only futures position that I have. And for those of you, ZN is the 10-year note. 10-year note futures. AA, nothing to do with Alcoholics Anonymous. This is Alcoa. This is a naked put at 35. I mean, I was down on this, and over the last week and a half, it's starting to come back. But again, I needed to, my puts are still slightly in the money. ARKK, Kathy Wood's ARK ETF, where I believe its #1 holding is Tesla, for those of you who might be looking for Tesla exposure. I've got a naked put at 46 with 34 days to expiration, today being Saturday. I need it to go up. It's been doing what it has to do, and let's hope it continues going to the moon here. BAC is Bank of America. This is a 41 put that I sold. It's also just been kind of trading within a range in the low 30s. Be nice if it went over 41. Could take this off and put my money elsewhere. But as I mentioned before, we will continue to monitor this position as well. BITO. This is the ProShares Bitcoin ETF. I believe it's the only ETF that has options on it. So, and those of you who are seeking a Bitcoin or some kind of cryptocurrency exposure, BITO, and again want to use options, this is one of the ways to go about it. I guess you could go with the futures, but the buying power on that is a lot more substantial. BMY is Bristol Myers Squibb. Just have a naked put. It's actually working for me. My put is out of the money right now. Hope it continues to move forward, and hopefully we can take this off for a 50% gain. CCJ is Cameco. For those of you who are looking for some sort of, I believe it's like hydrogen exposure, this could be a way to go about it. This is a put ratio spread. Sold 2 41 puts, bought a 42 put. Again, it's a put ratio spread, so I am seeking an uptick, an overall uptick, and I'm slightly in the money. And of course, we will continue to monitor this position as well. CMG is Chipotle Mexican Grill. I got a 45.59 strangle. For those of you who I'm sure have read, with Starbucks and Chipotle, could have been a decent pairs trade. Going up with Starbucks, going down with CMG, having replaced the Starbucks CEO with the CMG CEO. Talk about a trade. It's working. It's need a couple more days of theta to get to 50% gain, and we look forward to taking this off. We may put it on again depending on what the IV rank is. CZR is Caesars Entertainment. This is a covered call. Have 100 shares. Have a covered call. Wrote a covered call against the shares. 35 calls, slightly in the money. Again, we're overall bullish, and the stock has just kind of been trading the mid to late 30s at this point in time. DAL is Delta Airlines. Delta has not really been doing a whole lot for me here. As you can see, it's got earnings coming in October 10th. Still have a little bit of time. Hopefully we can take this off. It's a naked put at 43, and again, we'll just look to monitor this position as much as we can. DKNG, I've got stings. I've got still with this position. I have 400 shares. I wrote four calls, against it. Again, I need the stock to move up. It hasn't. It's kind of been trading, like I said, probably in the low 30s, mid 30s, give or take. It's had a little bit of a downtick here with what's been happening in the markets. We'll just keep our eyes on it. And again, if I can't take the calls off for the 50% gain, we'll look to roll that into October. EWW is Mexico, the Mexican ETF. I've got 100 shares looking at a covered call, 56 covered call. I need the stock to move up. That's really what it's all about, and we'll most likely have to roll this position into October as well. FCX Freeport McMoran. For those of you who are seeking copper, this is one way to go about it if you don't want to hit the futures markets with /HG. Copper, this has kind of been working okay. Naked put, slightly in the money. I need this thing to move up, and most likely we'll probably have to roll it into October. GDX, another naked put. This is the gold miners, not the juniors GDXJ, but just the regular GDX. I did, by the way, have a GDXJ position on this week and had taken it off. That was a strangle and took it off for a nice gain, and hopefully can do the same with GDX. Again, it's all about how the gold futures /GC moves. GE Aerospace. It has been working. It was actually down quite a bit, and over the last week and a half, it's moved right back up. Love to take this off also for 50% gain and allowing the opportunities to look at other trades. Google, this has really been a tough one for me. This was initially an earnings trade. It is a naked put at 160. Stock is at 162, almost 163. I needed to move forward. I know there was some news with Google this week about them being a monopoly. Who knows what's going to happen if this company will eventually get broken up, but again, we'll continue to monitor the position. INTC, that's Intel. This thing cannot buy an uptick if its life depended upon it. I've got a 22 covered call. I've got 100 shares. Again, it's a covered call strategy. It's overall bullish. I need the stock to move forward, and I can't seem to buy an uptick on this. So we'll continue to sell calls against it to reduce our cost basis. IWM is the Russell 2000. Talk about moving up and down. I mean, this thing has just been all over the place. Still a relatively high IV rank. I need more of that volatility to come in to collect more premium. Would look forward to taking this off. According to this, I've had 21 rolls between rolling the position into the next month as well as recentering my strikes, my put and call strikes. And right now, I just needed to trade in this range. I need some more volatility to come in so I can take this off also for 50% gain and move onward and upward. JD is the Chinese ADR. Had earnings this week, was decent. Finally seeing a move. Believe it or not, I did have to roll it into October, which today is 62 days. Monday will be 60 days to expiration. I rolled it because my extrinsic was almost at about 0, and I was concerned about getting a sign. I didn't want to. Maybe I should have, but at this point, that's the decision that I made. So I did roll it out. So I have quite a bit of theta on this position, having been that much out further from my expiration date. So I will just continue to monitor this and hopefully take this off for a nice gain at some point. JPM, that's JP Morgan Chase. It's at 195, 250 strangle. It's working. I mean, it's working as best as it can. Its IV rank has come down quite a bit. I need some more volatility to be taken out so that I can take this off for a 50% gain and move onward and upward. LUV, love. Southwest Airlines have two covered calls, 200 shares. Man, cannot seem to buy the uptick that I'm looking for in this stock. And we'll just continue to sell covered calls. Like I said, we'll continue to sell covered calls to reduce my cost basis. LVS, Las Vegas Sands, that's Oracle, I'm sorry. LVS, Las Vegas Sands, it's a 45 naked put. This has not been working for me at all. I have rolled it, as you can see, rolled it 3 times. I always think I'm going to get assigned on this because my extrinsic is either at zero or at, close to zero. Still in the position. So we'll see what happens come Monday. Again, I need the stock to move upward. And it's just been hovering around late 30s or like $40 a share. Oracle ORCL has earnings coming up in about less than a month. We're looking maybe about 3 weeks, give or take. I got a 125 naked put. I'm still slightly down in the position. I'm hoping to take this position off before earnings because of the volatility component. I need a vol crush. It's about 76. It's going to be tough though. It's going to be tough because, like I said, earnings is coming up in this stock, in this company. So let's see what happens as we get closer, and of course we'll keep everybody posted. SLV, this is the way to get your exposure to silver if you're not interested in the silver futures. This is a 2631 strangle. It's finally working, believe it or not, and I still need silver to move upward. It's been taking me a while to take this position off, but most likely I'm probably going to have to roll this position into October as well. UAL, United Airlines, I was assigned on this. I've got 100 shares. I need the stock to move up. I mean, that's where, again, it's a bullish strategy, the cover call. 42, the stock closed about $42. I will most likely probably will have to roll these calls out, and most likely I'm going to probably get a little bit more creative where instead of just selling a covered call, maybe sell a covered strangle so I can make money on the call side as well as the put side, but more on that later. XBI, I've been in this one for 23 rolls, so I've got a 95.106 strangle. Stock is at $197, almost $98. I hope it just stays here, stays within this range. Again, have some volatility, have a bit more of a volatility crush, so I can just take this off and, as I said before, move onward and upwards. I feel like I've been in this position since the beginning of time. XBI, which is, by the way, the biotech ETF. And last but not least, XHB. This is the Home Builders ETF. This is a put ratio spread. I sold two 107s puts and bought 108 puts in September. It's working. I mean, it's definitely working. I need more of an uptick, and I also need more of a vol crush so I can have some of that premium come in, take it off for a 50% gain, and also, as I said before, move onward and upward, but of course I will be monitoring this position as well. The only other thought I wanted to share with everybody is look at volatility /VX. About 2 weeks ago, this was in the 30s, low to mid 30s. Now it's, as of Friday, it's closed under 16. So as I said to you before, we were in a backwardation. It's slowly becoming backwardation into more of a contango state when it comes to vol. And again, it was a great time to sell premium. I think it still is a good time, again, depending upon the underlying stock or futures, whatever it might be. Again, check that IV rank and making sure that there's still a bit of volatility in there for a potential vol crush. So something to keep in mind. Markets have just been really hot after that down day. Again, 2 Mondays ago, give or take. And not really, doesn't seem to be a whole lot happening over this next upcoming week. But again, anything can happen because that's the way the market works. It's a very random event. For those of you that did find pleasure, found value, please subscribe to my channel. I look forward to putting out more videos, more content for your satisfaction, for your education, so that everyone becomes not just a better trader, but of course a better decision maker. I look forward to your comments, your thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing everybody at the next video.